I stopped washing my husband's work shirts and his boss sent him home. So my husband Dave works at this office where they've got a dress code. Button-downs, ironed, the whole thing. And for like 6 years now I've been the one washing them, ironing them, hanging them up ready to go every Sunday night. He never asked me to. I just started doing it early on because I like taking care of him, and then it turned into this thing where it was just my job. Nobody ever said it out loud. Here's the part that got to me. Back in March I went back to work full-time. I'd been part-time for years, and this new job was actual hours, actual commute, actual exhaustion. And I told Dave, I said, look, I can't keep doing everything I was doing when I was home more. We need to split stuff up. He said, yeah, totally, whatever you need. Which sounded great. Meant nothing. Because nothing changed. I was still doing his shirts, still doing everyone's laundry. And I noticed he'd started leaving his work shirts in this specific spot on the floor next to the hamper. Not in the hamper, next to it. Like the hamper was 2 feet too far. And every Sunday I'd pick them up off the floor, wash them, iron them, hang them. So one Sunday I just didn't. I did my own laundry, I did the kids' stuff, and I left his shirts right there on the floor where he dropped them. Didn't say anything. I wanted to see how long it'd take him to notice. Monday morning he's getting dressed and he goes, where are my shirts? I said, on the floor where you left them. He kind of laughed like I was joking and said, no, but for real, I've got work. I said, for real, they're on the floor. I didn't wash them. He stood there in his undershirt looking at me like I'd spoken another language. Then he grabbed a wrinkled one off the floor, smelled it, and put it on. Actually wore a dirty shirt to the office rather than like run a load himself. I figured that'd be the wake-up call. It was not. Next Sunday, same thing. Shirts on the floor. I left them. Monday, he wore another dirty one. This went on for like 3 weeks. He would rather show up smelling like a gym bag than touch the washing machine. And every few days he'd make some comment. The house is falling apart. You used to keep up with this stuff. I don't know what happened to you. That what happened to you one, that's the one that flipped something in me. Because what happened to me was I got a full-time job and asked for help and got told whatever you need and then got nothing. So here's where it turns. About 3 weeks in, Dave comes home Monday early, like 2 p.m. early. I said, what are you doing home? And he's furious. Turns out his boss pulled him aside and sent him home to change. Told him he looked and smelled unprofessional. Said it was the 3rd time that month. Said clients had noticed. Dave got written up and he's standing in the kitchen going, this is your fault. You embarrassed me. You made me look like this in front of my boss. I said, I made you? Dave, the washer's right there. It's been right there for 6 years. He said, that's not my job. And I said, okay, it's not my job either. I have the exact same job you do now, plus this whole house. So whose job is it? He didn't have an answer. He just kept saying, you always did it like that was a law of physics. Like the shirts washed themselves and I was just the ghost that haunted the laundry room. I told him, I'm not your mom and I'm not your maid. I'm your wife and I have a job. You can learn to run a machine that has 3 buttons on it. He goes, I don't even know how it works. I said, neither did I once. I figured it out. So will you. Then he tried the guilt thing. Said a good wife would want to help her husband succeed. Said his own mother never let his dad go to work looking a mess. I said, your mother didn't have a full-time job. And your dad probably said thank you once in a while. He said I was being petty over laundry. And honestly, maybe. But it was never about the laundry. It was about the fact that the second I had less to give, he didn't step up an inch. He just kept holding his arm out expecting the shirt to appear in it. So I showed him the machine. Detergent here, this button, that button. Took 4 minutes. He watched like I was defusing a bomb. Then he said real quiet, so you're seriously never washing my shirts again? I said nope. He said even though I got written up. I said especially now. He's done his own laundry every Sunday since. Still leaves the shirts on the floor first though. Like a little protest. He picks them up himself now.